squeaky. So the original plan for today was to replace those ever so squeaky jockey wheels, or pulleys. Call them whatever you like, but they're squeaky. But sadly, I was reliant upon the Canadian Postal Service to deliver those jockey wheels to me in time for this video. But for some reason, shipping in Canada from one end to the other, it takes longer than if I was to order them from Timbuktu. That's really a place. So not only is shipping very expensive in Canada for some reason, for something as small as jockey wheels, but also it takes forever to get them. So that's now going to be a project for next week. On to other things. So I guess I should talk a little bit about this felt. I have talked about it before. There are previous videos on this. It is the Felt F3X. The intended purpose and usage of this bike is, it's supposed to be cyclocross. I don't race cyclocross, so this is my gravel bike. I've talked about that before. We've gone through a lot together, and yeah, you always go back to the one you love. But looking at it, yeah, it needs a little bit of TLC. So I decided to pull the cranks and take a little look at the bottom bracket. It's not looking too bad, but I don't know if you can see the dirt buildup on this one. It's been a while since I pulled the cranks. Hey kids, remember, always pull your cranks. So let's clean it up and get it back on. So I think it's always a good idea to pull these off once in a while. Gives you a really good opportunity to check the condition of your bottom bracket. It also gives you the opportunity to get right in here and give her a good cleaning. So yeah, all scrubbed, ready to go. Let's insert these. And just remember, for any good insertion, one needs a little bit of grease. Something very satisfying about pulling those cranks and getting right into the bottom bracket area, the bottom bracket shell, and cleaning all that out, re-greasing it and repacking it. Exhilarating. Okay, minor mechanical work done. Let's get outside for some fresh air. Made it outside. It's not too bad for winter. It's not. Look who it is.
Hi everybody.
So deep in my heart, I was kind of hoping that winter was about done. It's 4 degrees in case you were interested, which is actually not bad for the middle of February here in Ottawa. But with those warmer temperatures, it means that the much loved Ottawa Canal has remained closed. It's one of the first times in 50 years that they have not opened the Rideau Canal. Global warming much? Someone has an FTP test tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, someone does. Am I very afraid?
How many FTP tests have you done?
Well, I've done one, and then we've kind of faffed around with it as workouts got a little bit easier. So I think it's time for a new one. We jumped up the FTP, and I'm now doing workouts that are just so hard. So I think if I do an FTP test, we can lower it and I can do workouts that are more appropriate and less terrifying or draining, whatever, exhausting.
Yeah, Linda did ask me about how much power, or what percentage should the FTP increase if you've been training pretty religiously over the last few months. So I think general rule of thumb, about 5% increase. You're not going to get huge gains, but I think 5% is reasonable. I think your FTP was at 118?
Yeah. And then we knocked it up to, well, first Maddie did 140, and I was like, I don't know about 140. So he kindly knocked it back to 135. And now most of the workouts I do that are sort of in that moderate range, about halfway through I am just doing a lot of self-talk to keep going, and it hurts, and I don't know. It's I think sometimes I'm more doing than training. I'm not pushing myself hard enough, but I do want to enjoy it.
All the joys of winter training. Yeah, I'll let you know how she gets on next week. If we're still talking after the FTP test. Hey, have a great week. Hopefully those jockey wheels arrive and we can get those installed on my squeaky bike. Have a great week. We will regroup. Take care. Say bye.
Bye.